Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, it's so nice to have you. Today I'm speaking to one of my friends, April Grow. Not only is she a style blogger and wardrobe guide curator, she's also the founder of Stunning Style. So sit back and relax as we spill the tea about why it's so important to get dressed every day. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, you work from home, or perhaps you're working from home for the very first time during quarantine now. And if you're interested in self-development, go check out my other videos, hit subscribe. I'd love to have you back. Hi, April. It's so good to see you.
Hi, it's great to see you too.
So I have been wanting to speak to you for a while because we both work from home, and I don't know about you, but when I first started working from home, I had this feeling, oh, now I'm going to have this freedom. And for about a week, I was, working in yoga pants or workout clothes, because that seems to be a bit of a holy grail in the online community, that you can work from anywhere in your yoga pants. And about a week in, I started noticing my productivity dropping dramatically. And I was so confused because I thought, this is exactly what I wanted. I'm so excited about being self-employed. And then it dawned on me, maybe it's because I'm wearing yoga pants and not getting ready anymore. So I'm sure you have opinions about this. You are one of the most stylish women I know.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. But you're also one of the busiest. And I think that's important to mention, because a lot of people think, oh, well, I don't have the time for that, or she doesn't have children. And what most people don't know is that you actually have 6 children.
I do.
So tell us a bit about that and how you sort of got onto this concept that getting dressed is so important.
Well, I was raised with that concept. My mom has always gotten up and gotten dressed every day, even on Saturday mornings. We always went to church on Sundays, but after church, she would change out of her Sunday best into still something nice. She didn't put on her pajamas. And it's just how I was raised. You get up, you get dressed, and you get on with your day. That's just what we do. And I had a career, and when I became pregnant with triplets, I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but that's when I left my career. And after they were born, I came home with 3 premature infants. They came home before their due date, and they were on heart monitors. Sleep is at a premium. They were very hard to feed because they were so young. Like, they were still trying to learn how to eat. And so it took the whole 3-hour cycle to feed them. And then you'd have to start over again with the first one. And so, obviously I didn't stay awake 24/7. We had shifts. My husband would help when he was home. We would take turns at night, and excuse me, we had family come in the early days, but sleep was at a premium. And people who loved me, people who meant well, would say, why are you bothering to spend that time getting ready? You should be sleeping or eating or something else. Stop doing that. You should, you don't have time for that. And I tried it for 2 days. I felt horrible. I felt awful. It made everything worse. The crying was louder. The diapers were poopier, the laundry took longer. I felt awful. And I just decided I couldn't live like that. It was not worth the extra 20 to 30 minutes of sleep to feel that way all day. And that's when I really learned how to get ready faster. And that there is a whole shade of there's a whole level of what it means to get ready. Tiers, there's ready for the Oscars, getting ready, right? And that's not what my everyday is. there's working out in the yard, getting ready, and then there's a whole bunch of levels in between. And I didn't have to go from one extreme or the other, and I tend to operate in extremes. So I created my own get ready routine that took me 20 to 30 minutes, and I would get up 30 minutes early so I could get ready, have some breakfast, and then go get the babies and start, the morning feeding routine. And I just felt so much better. And then I had 5 kids in 3 years, and it just got crazier. And then we took a little break of 3 years, and we had our 6th. So I've always done this, and it's really important to me. It makes such a difference in my day that it's a message that I talk about constantly in my community. And I'll be honest, it makes some people very angry. It's a very it's a touchy subject for some people. They feel judged. And that's not what it's about. It's not about judging anyone. All it is about is sharing. This makes a huge impact in my life. It's a small thing that affects every part of my life. And I want to share that with you. If you like the idea and it interests you, then I'm here to help you with that. And if you're happy the way you are, then, then go with what you know. But it's not about hurting anyone's feelings or trying to make anyone feel bad if they stay in yoga pants all day. It's just about helping anyone who is interested in trying it or isn't feeling very good about themselves right now.
Yeah. Well, from obviously being a psychotherapist, I feel that with people staying at home now, not knowing how long is this going to carry on, having all of this added stress of homeschooling, having partners working from home, a lot of people say they have more time, and I'm like, how do you have more time? From a mental health aspect, I think it's so important to get dressed every day, because I feel it's such a slippery slope. And
Yes.
when people start getting into that pattern, first it's not getting ready, then it's not showering as regularly. The self-care aspect of it scares me. And I think a lot of people are going to find that out in a not so nice way.
Right.
So what are some of the most common reasons that you hear in your community? Because with your style blog, you have quite a big following. So I'm sure you hear very often from women reasons as to why they don't get ready, or some beliefs that they have regarding getting ready.
Right. Well, so I did just want to comment on what you said. I've done this before. I've been quarantined. When the triplets came home, it was December, and premature babies are, there's a virus called RSV, and for an adult, it's like a cold, and it can kill a premature baby. So we were quarantined at home for 6 months. So I've done this before, and I know how hard it can be, and what makes it easier. And getting up and getting dressed is one of the things that gave me a sense of normalcy, a sense of routine, structure, purpose. It told my brain it's time to get to work. We've got things to do today, and we're moving forward. And finding that new normal is critical right now, or you can spiral. And I really feel like one of the side effects of this that no one is talking about is potential depression.
Yeah.
And I've struggled with severe depression myself in the past. And this upheaval of our lives, this isolation, even if you're an introvert like I am, can really take a toll on you. And taking control of what you can control, yes, and finding a new normal is critical right now. And for mental health reasons is one of the big reasons that we have to do that, because you can spiral into depression. And these are things you have control over and you can do, and grasping onto that can help.
Definitely.
I mean, getting dressed is not a cure for depression,
Yes.
but it's a step among others that you can take to feel better.
Yes.
And to control your situation, because lack of control is something that the human will fight against.
Definitely. I
And
absolutely agree with that, because that's what I'm seeing with a lot of my clients and in my community, is this lack of control that is becoming an issue, because being in control or knowing what to expect is one of the key things that makes us feel safe.
Wars are fought over it. And so it's something that you can control. It's something that you can choose, and it will help you feel normal.
Definitely.
To do as many normal things, creating a new normal, it will help you feel peace and calm and control over your situation. So anyway, but back to the question you asked me, some common reasons why people don't get up and get dressed. Well, one of the things that you talked about is I hear all the time, I work from home now, I don't have to get dressed, I can work in my yoga pants, I can lounge all day. But it really does do a number on your productivity and your mental attitude when you're in loungewear. Your brain is like, oh great, well we're lounging, where's the remote control? It doesn't tell your brain that we're getting to work. So some of them feel like it's a right, I'm entitled to it, I've earned it, or I don't have to, look at me, I'm so lucky. It's in some ways it's a status symbol.
Yes.
Of leisure.
Yes.
You know, and it's a status symbol that can hurt you, your productivity.
Yes.
You can tank your business that way. But you know, one of the reasons is they think, well, why bother? Does it even matter if I get ready? Why should I bother? No one's gonna see me. No one's not gonna see anybody today. Who am I trying to impress? And that's not the point. You're doing it for yourself. I get dressed for myself. There are a lot of days that I don't see anyone but my husband or my kids. And that was before this happened, because I work from home. I drive the kids to school, but I do it for myself. I deserve to look and feel good every day. And it doesn't have to be a 2-hour session. I get ready in 20 minutes.
Well,
yeah, and I've got a video. I filmed myself getting ready in 20 minutes, and I can share that link with you because people wanted to know how I did it. And I have a free download that you get my exact routine and my best tips, because there are some tricks, like it's intentional. It doesn't accidentally happen in 20 minutes, right? And then again, there's that all or nothing mentality, and they think it takes too long. It takes me 2 hours to get ready. But you can have some in between get ready versions. It doesn't have to be like the full curl your hair, and it doesn't have to be wedding day makeup, and it doesn't have to be, your very nice clothes. You can dry shampoo and brush. That right there will do world of wonders for your hair, right? And this makeup that I'm wearing is my everyday makeup. It takes me 7 minutes. And if you pick out your clothes the night before, then you just put them on your body, and it doesn't have to be something spectacular that you would go to a bridal shower in, right? Just something nice that you're comfortable in and you feel and look great in. It can be just a nice tee that fits you well, in a color that you look great in, and a pair of comfortable jeans and some flats. Or whatever. And that's a lot of what I wear. This is just a sweater, and I'm wearing a pair of jeans and a pair of flats. Another thing that stops them is I'm saving my clothes for something special.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and we all do it. We all do it because I'm saving it for what? For something. And the other thing is, if they've got like their favorites, well, if I wear this now and then I wear it next week, people will know I wore the same thing again. Well, of
Mm.
course you wore the same thing again. I mean, they're your favorites for a reason.
Yes.
They look fantastic. They make you feel great. So wear them. Obviously, you have to be smart about it. I'm not going to wear silk with my children, but you can have a nice looking t-shirt rather than the one with a stretched out neck that you've had since college. And
The stains on.
yeah, there's a t-shirt and there's a t-shirt. So you can choose to wear the things that you love and enjoy them now.
Yes.
And love how you feel now and feel great now. And when you wear that item out, I promise you another favorite will show up. It's a scarcity mentality. If I wear this and ruin it now, I'll never find another favorite again. And I promise you will.
Yes.
A big one, a big reason is they say, I can't be comfortable in anything but yoga pants. I just want to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But, and we all have our own comfort means different things to different people. I can't stand compression on my joints. So for me, skinny jeans were just torture. And I quit them a few years ago, and I couldn't tell you the relief of just not having that squeezing on my knees. For some people, a waistband on jeans are just really uncomfortable. And I completely understand that. There are other kinds of pants out there that are appropriate for staying at home, for being with your kids, for being around your dog, for doing your regular day-to-day life, that are nice looking. And jeans aren't the only option out there. I am comfortable every day. The jeans that I love have some stretch to them. They fit my body type properly, so they're not squeezing me in the wrong places because the pants don't line up with my body. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so just finding the right ones that do feel comfortable. You can be just as comfortable in clothes as you can pajamas or yoga pants. Another reason I hear a lot is my clothes will get ruined because of my kids or my job or housework or pets. And again, it's choosing the right clothes, machine washable.
Yes.
I only wear machine washable clothes, and that's what aprons are for. When I cook, I wear an apron. Last night we made homemade pizza, and I did not stop to put my apron on because and I got a dusting of flour all down the front of me when my daughter went right on the top of the But that's okay. It's all machine washable. But normally I would have been wearing an apron and it wouldn't have been a big deal. And in fact, if I wear white jeans or white shorts or white shirt, I wear an apron when I eat. It's like a full body. Because especially if there's tomato sauce, which I swear it rains from the sky. If I'm wearing white, I will get something tomato on my clothes. But yeah, I just wear the whole apron while I eat.
Yeah.
You just have to choose the right clothes. Is there a chance that something's going to get ruined? Yes. I would be lying if I said it wouldn't happen. Eventually it will, but you will have loved and worn those clothes and think of how great you felt all the times that you've worn them, and you will find more favorites. And then the last reason that I'll mention, I could list off 100 reasons that I hear, but the last one that I hear that is not spoken out loud, but it's one of the biggest ones, and it's the I'm not worth it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. Why would I get dressed? I'm just a person who lives in a small town. Nobody around here dresses this way. I just stay home and take care of my pets. Why, who am I to get up and get dressed? I'm not a celebrity. Why do I need to look so fancy? And the truth is, there's a lot of shaming that goes on. I get asked, I mean, my whole life, why are you so dressed up? Well, I'm not dressed up. I'm just wearing a sweater and jeans and flats. But it makes other people uncomfortable sometimes. Because I am dressed and they're not. But I don't care if they're dressed. Like it's not making me uncomfortable that you're still in your yoga pants, but something about me being dressed is making you uncomfortable because it's,
Yes.
And so I hear that a lot. I get emails a lot. Well, I don't bother getting dressed because I'm just a stay-at-home mom. I just work from home. Nobody sees me. I live alone. It doesn't matter. And it does matter because you're not getting dressed for them. You're getting dressed for yourself.
Yeah. And that is such a big thing, I feel, because if it's showing up, that feeling of not being good enough is showing up and you not taking, because even if they didn't wear makeup, if they just put their clothes on, realistically, it takes about as much time and effort to change out of your pajamas into yoga pants and a tank top as it would into jeans and a t-shirt.
Yes.
But that jump of why bother, or I'm not good enough, who am I to be so fancy and whatever, I'm going to bet you money now that is going to show up in all areas of their life. The kind of relationships, partners that they're choosing, what they're accepting in their careers. It has a knock-on effect. And people, I don't think, are aware of how serious that can be.
Well, and some people don't want to be seen. I don't want anyone to see me. I don't want to be noticed. And they worry, what if I make the effort and then I look stupid?
Oh, yes.
What if I don't do it right? What if my outfit is terrible? What if I look dumb? It's easier to pretend I don't care than make an effort and do it wrong. And then people will know that I tried and I'm not good at it.
Wow.
There's so many of these internal messages people are hiding. They don't want to be wrong, do it wrong. And there's not really a wrong to think that you don't have to look like the girl on Pinterest and you don't have to look like the blogger on Instagram. It's what you like and what makes you feel good. And it's your choice. You don't have to, there's no standard out there. There is, but it's an invented standard. Somebody made it up and you may have even made it up yourself, right? But
yes.
You don't it's this idea of trying and failing that also stops a lot of people.
Yeah. There's this one phrase that in the German language, which I really love, and it's Geschmackssache. And basically what it means is that it's a matter of taste. So if you see something on someone and you think, oh, that's not my taste, then the other person will actually, even if they don't like it and they agree with you, they'll say, well, it's a matter of taste.
Exactly.
It's like such an accepted concept here in Germany, which I was quite surprised by because I thought, wow, that's so cool. I wish other cultures would adopt it, because it doesn't matter if I don't like it. She likes it, and that's all that matters. She bought it. It's her money. It's her body.
Yeah.
I've got nothing to do with it, Yeah. What I noticed when I changed from a corporate career into working from home is that I had this wardrobe full of suits because I worked in a position where we would go and see, really important people, and there was a very strict dress code. And then all of a sudden I was working from home, and obviously I'm not going to wear a full-on suit working at home. Some people might, and if you do, then you do you. But for me, it wasn't that practical, and it was quite difficult for me to find my new normal, to go from sort of really corporate formal to working from home. Do you have any suggestions or tips that our audience can use to sort of find an outfit formula or something that is easy, but it looks like they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I do actually. So the very unsexy secret is that most outfits are primarily made of your basic foundation pieces. They're not the things that you're going to text your best friend and be like, oh my gosh, did you see this plain black sweater that I found? Oh, I really whatever, you know. And no one's going to stop and compliment you on your plain white t-shirt. It just doesn't happen. Or your basic jeans or your black flats. But these are the foundations of every wardrobe. And having your foundations in place is critical. And it doesn't have to be a huge number of them. But my formula that I would give you is create an outfit of basics and one focal point.
Okay. So an example would maybe be jeans, a t-shirt, and...
Well, so what I'm wearing today is jeans, and this sweater is my focal point.
Okay.
One interesting item, or I could wear a black t-shirt or a black sweater and a colorful bottom, like a pink skirt or pink shorts or pink pants, or I could be wearing all neutrals and these earrings could be my focal point. Just the trouble that people get into with outfits is they think they have to wear all the specials together. And that's hard to do. They do it in the magazines and they do it on Instagram, but most people don't do that on their everyday. That takes a lot more creativity and work to make it work. So just pick one focal point, and the easiest one is your top. So if you just, if you've got your pants, your bottoms, your basic bottoms, a simple, colorful t-shirt. It can be solid, a color that you love. I always have a couple things in my office because of when I do my Facebook Lives, but this wasn't on the menu. But so just a plain striped t-shirt and a pair of jeans or shorts in a neutral color. I could wear these with a denim shirt, a denim black or white bottoms. And this is my focal point, just one special item. This top is another one that I could pair with any of those things. The sweater I'm wearing, if you do like to wear something more interesting on bottom, you could do the opposite. Or if you like, I love to wear a column of black or navy of neutrals, and then a colorful pair of flats. So I'll wear, I could wear a white top and black pants and some red shoes. So just pick one interesting thing in your outfit, and how big of a statement you want to make will determine how interesting your item is. So if you're much more minimal and you're wearing just all neutral things and then just some interesting earrings, that's your focal point. Just one thing to draw the eye and just not make it overly complicated.
That's wonderful.
Let everything else in your outfit be neutral.
Yeah. What I've noticed is I'm not somebody who is naturally drawn to a lot of pattern. I have maybe 3 or 4 patterned items in my cupboard, but I like to wear pattern in my accessories, So I'll have like leopard print shoes and a leopard print belt, or maybe a leopard print cuff kind of thing. For people like me that are not big into pattern, do you have any advice for us who are a bit more minimalist?
Well, yeah, it doesn't have to be pattern. That just happened to be what I have on my rack here. It could just be a color, just a solid color.
Yeah.
So if my sweater didn't have stripes, just this blue color would be my focal point. Or a red t-shirt, or a yellow sweater, or whatever your favorite colors are, the ones that make you feel great, just the one. Or like I have these sandals, I could wear just all neutrals and these pink sandals. That's my one interesting color. If you don't like a lot of color, I'm also quite minimal myself. Those are well, stripes are neutral to me, but I do get I do crave pattern at times, but most of my clothes are solid.
Yeah.
I don't have tons of pattern, and it can be anything, and it can be in any quantity. It just depends on what feels comfortable for you. But the easiest thing is to do a top that is either colorful or patterned or has something interesting about it. And it doesn't have to be big color, whatever color you enjoy. And then a pair of neutral bottoms and neutral shoes.
Yeah.
What
I found in the past is that sometimes we're too spoiled for choice. If I like online shopping, and then I will go onto a site and I'll see so many options that after about an hour I have decision fatigue, and just then I don't buy anything because I'm like, oh, this is too much for me. What can you suggest for people like me that are just like, oh, too many options?
Well, first of all, don't feel like you have to have a ton. This is a very new decision fatigue is very real, and it's a new problem because having this many options is happening for the first time in the history of humanity. Before, people had just a few outfits. Number one, they were very expensive. Everything was custom made. You couldn't just go buy things off the rack. That really started happening more after World War II. And so you had your everyday clothes, kind of going back to my clothes will get ruined, or I'm saving my clothes for something special. They had their everyday clothes, their weekday clothes, where they lived their normal lives in, but they were still clothes. And then they had one, maybe two special items to wear to church or to something special. And they really only had a very few number of clothes. And in a lot of parts of the world, that's still the case. In Europe, a lot of the homes are just quite small because that's what they are. And therefore closets by necessity are quite small. And so in the United States, we talk about capsule wardrobes like they're this new thing. But most people in Europe have a capsule wardrobe because that's just what it is. It's not a thing. It's just what it is, because their closet is only this big and that's what fits in there. And so this feeling of having a lot of clothes has become a status symbol. I have so many clothes, you'll never see me repeat one, which is wasteful and fairly ridiculous. But it is a status symbol now, and I don't think it should be. But I it's so much part of the culture. I believed it too for a long time. And then I finally decided I don't want to do that. I'd rather have a few things I really love than a closet full of things I don't, just because I was able to get them on sale or because it was fast fashion or whatever. And so I have embraced more of a capsule wardrobe concept. And I don't have a strict number that I keep in mind, but really I think that just recognizing you don't have to have more.
Yes.
And if you only keep what you love, truly love in your closet, then you're really not tempted to keep going out and buying more. The other reason you keep buying more is because you don't like what you have. So you're buying more of what you don't like.
Yeah.
Understanding your style and what you truly love will help you end those shopping mistakes. And so, people will say, hey, oh, I love your sweater. And I'll say, oh, it's one of my favorites. And one day this lady goes, you say that about everything. And I said, well, it's true. I only keep my favorites. Everything in my closet is my favorite. And if it's not my favorite, I don't buy it. And if
Yeah.
it's not my favorite, I don't keep it. And now I'm just not tempted by shopping the way I used to be, because I think, do I like this better than what I already have? No.
Yeah.
Would I reach for this over what I already have? No. So, I mean, it's not a first, knowing that you don't have to have a lot in order to keep up. I know that's a struggle for some people, and I was in the same mentality for a lot of years because it's everywhere. And then just really dialing in what you do and don't love, and not settling. Well, I mean, this is okay, and I need a pair of black pants, and these aren't the worst black pants I've ever put on, so I'll just get them.
Mm. Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't settle.
I find that I did that, especially I think in my 20s and my early 30s, where I would buy something just for the sake of buying it, or because it was a trend, or it was a color that everyone was wearing, even though it wasn't a color that I really loved. And I ended up with having a wardrobe that maybe 70% of it I didn't even wear.
One of my big downfalls was it was on sale. How can I not buy it? It's on sale. And even more so if it was like a really great brand. How can I not buy this? It's normally like some, this much money, and I'm getting it for $20. I have to buy it. No, you don't. I didn't actually like it. I just, so the sale rack was my downfall. It seemed wrong not to pass up such a good deal. How could I?
So for people who are watching this and they recognizing themselves in this, having a whole lot of clothes that they don't like or they are not wearing because either it doesn't fit or it doesn't match their style, or maybe their style has evolved over time, what options do you offer in your business to help people like that?
Well, I have my course. It's called Perfectly Put Together, Find Your Style. And it's all about finding your style, not anybody else's. It's not about fitting you into a mold of what I think you should wear or what the current trends are. It's about finding what you truly love and want to wear, and helping you recognize all those details that will make this item a favorite and this nearly identical item something you can't stand to wear and you don't understand why. I have these 2 black t-shirts. I love black. I love t-shirts. Why do I love this one? Why do I hate this one? And it really helps you figure out what you love, how to wear what you love in a way that you'll love. That sounds kind of confusing, but when it comes to pattern, I like very specific patterns. I like it in specific quantities on specific parts of my body and worn in specific ways, where it could have been very easy for me to say, I feel overwhelmed by pattern. Yes. And that may still be the case for some women. Some women are overwhelmed by pattern, and this course helps you understand that as well. And you go through, you discover all these details about what you do and don't love. And then at the end, there are outfit formulas and to help you get started. And then you create your own uniforms. And uniforms, people are like, oh my gosh, uniforms. They're back to private school days, or they're, it sounds so boring. I wear a uniform for my job. But every stylish woman you ever see has some uniforms. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. Like once you see them, it's like, so I also speak more than one language. And when you learn a second language and you hear a swear word for the first time, like someone teaches you a swear word and suddenly it's the only word anybody is saying. You hear it everywhere. Oh my gosh, everybody is swearing. It's the same with these uniforms. Once you see them, you're like, you're wearing your uniform again. I see your uniform. And that's okay. It's one of the tricks of being stylish is you have your personal uniforms that you look great in, you feel great in, and it makes getting dressed so easy. And so that is the final lesson in the course. Like, it all builds up to finding your own outfits and your own uniforms so getting dressed is easy, and you stop making these shopping mistakes because now you understand the details of what you do and don't love. I buy striped t-shirts like it's my job. I love them. Stripes are my favorite color. That's what my daughter told me one time. But I recently purged a bunch of striped t-shirts from my closet because I have very specific likes and dislikes regarding stripes, regarding the fabric. And like, why did I not wear this? I love stripes. I love t-shirts. I love those colors. Why am I not wearing this? And understanding those little things make it so your closet is only full of your favorites.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I've noticed as I've gotten older, and since I've started following you online and getting to know you and watching some of your videos. I don't like thick stripes. I love stripes, but they have to be like a certain, not very thin. They have to be, like a medium thin kind of thing. I don't like thick stripes. And I had some in my closet that I never ever wore. And I was like, because the stripe's too thick. I don't like that. Or like with pattern, I don't like big pattern. I don't like super small pattern. It has to be like a medium-ish kind of, and once I know all these things, when I see things online, I'm like, yeah, the color's good, but the pattern's too small, and that has saved me so much time and money.
Yes. And so you can just pass by things so quickly. It makes shopping easy. And so I'm the opposite. I like my stripes to be bold. And the ones that I got rid of, the stripes were too fine and too narrow or too close together. And I just don't like them as much. And I'm particular about how many colors I am willing to wear in a pattern. Too many colors, and I'm just like, whoa, somebody escaped from the Ringling Brothers. On me, that's how it feels, but it looks great on someone else. But I just like, wow, I cannot wear this. This is way too many colors in a pattern for me, but it could be perfect for someone else. And so it's not about fitting into my likes and dislikes. And so each module has these homework sheets where you fill out these questions and you really analyze. And by the end, I call it your wardrobe summary. If you've ever, do you remember Mad Libs? Did you have those?
Yes.
Where you filled in the blank to make these funny stories. It's this fill in the blank wardrobe summary, and you fill it in as you go. I like these things. I do not like these things. When I wear this, I do like to wear this, and I don't like to wear that. And it's this cohesive summary that really boils it down, and you can just read it and say, oh my gosh, I see it now. It's all right here in front of me in a very condensed statement of what I do and don't like. And you create your uniforms for each season.
Yeah.
And I just love, there's a Facebook group for the women who take this course, and I just love reading. A lot of them share their homework there, and it's so helpful for all of us. And I love reading their aha moments. And one of them yesterday was talking about a patterned blouse, and she said, I've realized it's the sleeves that I hate, that they're long and they're this and they're this. And so she can sew, so she cut the sleeves off and made it a short sleeve shirt, and now it's her favorite.
Oh yeah.
So it's really interesting to hear and read about all the preferences that are so unique to each of us. And it's and another aspect of it is shedding the guilt and shame of our likes and dislikes. Yes. You have to like this, you can't like that. Because you're this, you have to wear that. And so it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun.
And you also have a free Facebook group that women that are watching now can go and join, and I'll put a link in the description box. Tell us a bit about that.
It's called Capsule Wardrobes for Classic Style. Those are the two big things I write about, that and getting up and getting dressed every day, but that doesn't fit in the title. That's a little too long. And I do weekly Facebook Lives there. They're called Style Snacks, and I share ideas. A lot of what I shared today are things that I've shared in that group before. And they share their outfits. We talk about capsule wardrobes, and we talk about classic style. I personally love classic style. You don't have to love classic style. But it's a very kind, supportive, welcoming group, and they're just a very kind group of women. They're also very knowledgeable, and they're very generous with their knowledge, and I appreciate that. And everyone who is interested in these things, or any woman I should say, is welcome in the group. We do not allow men in the group, but it's a fun group, and it's a fun place. We do challenges in there, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Perfect. So do go and check it out. April also has a YouTube channel, which I will put a link to, which I'm a subscriber. I very often, when I'm busy getting ready, will watch that. And I like the fact that you have these shorter makeup videos and things like that. Because I mean, full disclosure, on days I get dressed every single day, but on days when I'm not filming or not doing Facebook Lives in my group or podcast interviews or things like that, I don't do a full face of makeup, simply because my skin needs to breathe, So I think this misconception that if you start getting dressed every day, now you have to do, the Dolly Parton hair and all the makeup, and it's not true. Absolutely not.
Yep.
But thank you so much for coming and sharing some of your knowledge and all of your wonderful tips. And for women that are thinking, well, how am I going to fill my time? I think going through their wardrobe and actually discovering what they really like is something that is going to serve them for the rest of their life. So
it absolutely will, because these are not about the trends. These are your personal preferences. And, we were talking earlier about coping with this current situation. One of the really important things is to have something that you want to do, something you will enjoy, something to look forward to. It can be a form of self-care, but looking forward to doing those modules, looking forward to learning more about your own personal style. It can just be something, a fun project to take on. Even if you're busy, you need to make time for yourself, and just bringing something fun into your life. And this is fun. I think it's fun. In the group, it's fun. For our kids, we've been planning, like, we did tinfoil dinners in our fire pit, right? Fun things for them. And I have to pick something fun for myself, because I do enjoy that a lot, spending time with my family. I need something that's just for me. Yes. Just mine. And this is something that a lot of women have joined lately, because they want something just for them, something fun to do, something to occupy their minds and get away from the news.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. And I mean, it's always wonderful talking to you. So I had so much fun.
I did too. Thanks.
All right. So have a look down in the description box. I'm going to put all the links. Go and check out April's group and her YouTube channel. And let us know in the comments if this was helpful. Any revelations that you maybe had listening to this. I look forward to reading that. Until next time, bye now.